And what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Never give in to the negativity. One day we shall look back and smile, and we shall have a story to tell. Endurance and perseverance, the harder the squeeze, the sweeter the juicy. Where there's no pain, there is no gain. Victory never comes easy. Remember in life there are ups and downs. Never give in to the dictatorship, no. One day everything is gonna be fine.
Everything is gonna be fine.
Thank you very much.
People power. Map Media TV.
Our power. Bana mukulike basebo ne banyabo. Omusajja oyo umalumagala. Fena twewunyanyuze personally ne unyanyo nga bamukutte. Ebiseera ebimu nga bagamba nti Sami okanya bamukutte tewewuunya. Bagamba oyo Sami baate tebayinza butamunoonya. Ne bagamba ti Lubongoya bamukutte tewewuunya. Oga Lubongoya asomera nnyo abasajja abo. Naye oyo umalumagala y'omu ku basajja abasiraamu bemanyi abali decent. Abali decent, abakakamu, ab'empisa, abantu balamu. So, olaba bakwata umalumagala ne bamusaako emisango egyo. Tewali ali safe. Nsanyuse n'okulabako maama munnange omwana wo nga bwe wamukuza si muyaaye, si mukozi wa fujjo. Era naffe baali nabo tetuli bakozi ba fujjo. Tetuli bantu babi. Wabula ababatiitiza abo abakaafiiri be bakyamu. Naye one day Katonda ajja tukkiriza tusuuke tuve mu mbeera eyo. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for being present today and request the media to bear with us. We know we are way ahead of time, behind time. But today is a special day. Today I want to salute the Ugandans, the so-called people with disabilities. I don't think you are with disabilities. I think you are people abled differently. We salute you. It's interesting to know that we have up to 12.4% of our population living with challenges. By now, we are supposed to be living better and relating better, well knowing that these are conditions that you don't give a timeline. I'm proud myself to have known that way before. As you know, even when I was still ghetto president, you remember that my vice president was a person able differently. We believed that, we still believe that. We know that you deserve better, which you don't get. The Baganda say, here where we are, we have friends who 2 years ago were full-bodied, so to say. But today, many of them have lost their limbs, some have lost their eyes, some are now mentally challenged. I mean, Eddie Mutwe cannot claim to have all his fingers together. So, all of us here are candidates of disability, especially when we are facing this brutal regime. So it's important that we continue educating even those ones that have not appreciated it, that these fellow citizens have to be given a feeling of it as they live in this our country. Well, for now we are just saying that. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me today, on a day celebrating people with disabilities, the people would like to say they're able differently, that all is not lost. We have a plan in a new Uganda, a plan where you will be equally represented, equally treated, where you will feel equal, and not just equality but equity. That we know because you are one huge part of the population, one huge productive part of our population. We've seen these things before. I mean, in the past, those that went, my brother Nubiani here, went to Shimoni demonstration school. But they had a section of children able differently. He had a classmate who was blind. He had a classmate who was deaf. But this classmate in our culture, unfortunately, we have a very derogative name for people that have hearing challenges. Abantu abatawulira. Netwesanga nga tubayita bakasiru. Naye yalitawulira. Basomanga ne Banubya nga yabakulembera. Katumuyite ki? So, these are things that we have to deal with. And it's not new, it has been there. Those schools were there, now Shimoni is no more. I don't know what's happening today. One day I was with my wife at campus and we met her Obi. The Obi was blind in St. Helens. Now we don't have that anymore because we have a government that is not sensitive to certain parts of the population. Ladies and gentlemen, that ends with these old people and the new Uganda begins with us, you and me. This goes in many other areas where inclusiveness is not respected. I want to remind you that among our values, inclusiveness is top on the agenda. So that we intend to, as a policy, as an NUP policy, as a government policy, because we will be the government, we'll make sure we enforce it. We'll have it in schools, we'll have it in hospitals. You'll not hear somebody that is physically or being discriminated in a public facility, hospital also. It is not a mistake that you find ramps here or in Kamocha or everywhere. We are not even doing enough. Under our leadership, no building should get a license when it has not considered ramps or making life comfortable for people that are physically challenged. And this is not, we are not inventing it. This is what happens in well-governed countries, in developed countries. You can even be sued. How can a plan be confirmed by KCCA or any other relevant authority that does not cater for people living with disabilities? How can a building get a plan? How can a club or a bar or a business get a license? As a matter of fact, well-developed countries that respect their citizens in equal measure, have policies where even while giving jobs, you have to employ these people to make sure you are deliberate about including them in society. That must be done. That is the only way we are going to cater for these, our brothers, our sisters, because every family has somebody, could be your child, could be your parent, could be your brother. And if you don't have that person, you will soon get that person. Because this is humanity, this is who we are. So it's important that we think ahead of the times. Ladies and gentlemen, I could go on and on and on and on about these challenges. But even informally, I was talking to my brother there, Master Mulu. But Master Mulu gets challenges even to perform on stage because we have that mentality. We need to be deliberate on creating in Chadondo East. You reach some houses and the children with autism or with mental challenges hidden behind the Gorumba Wasmana Kumugua. That is wrong, but that has to be addressed by changing the thinking pattern of the population. It begins with leadership. Unfortunately, these people that rule over us are preoccupied with stealing and plundering the country. That we promise to handle it in the affirmative. Now, I know that today is International Disability Day, but as you know, it has become part of our lives, being in and out of prison. As we speak, somebody is being abducted somewhere. Maybe we'll learn later. But thank God, that as we speak, some other people are getting out of prison because they are innocent. I'll talk about these our brothers that are illegally tried in military courts. That is wrong, very wrong. Gladly, now the world is picking up to it. Today as we speak, Dr. Asiimye is being arraigned illegally in a military court because it's no longer a soldier. I'm very glad that people, lawyers from all over the region have shown up. I hope that creates even more awareness for the ordinary people who are nobodies to the elitist public, to know that they equally deserve their freedom, that the law should respect them the same, that they should have the same attention. You notice that while trying our political prisoners in the military court, journalists were never allowed there. Their relatives were never allowed there. I hope this sets a new precedent for these our brothers and sisters. The General Court Martial, as all of you know, is used as a tool to settle scores. Even when you have a land wrangle with somebody, they'll set you up in the GCM and hold you in incarceration indefinitely. We condemn that, we will fight that, and we promise those that are doing that, that one day you will pay for that. Finally, yesterday we were in Kitalia, and we carried a message from those that are still strong, those that insist that they are innocent. We encourage them. We have never encouraged anyone to give up their rights. But we respect those that temporarily withdraw or temporarily surrender to fight, to be able to fight another day. This is exactly what Machete said. First, he thanked you. Kato from Bali thanked you. Karanzi thanked you. And all the other 9 people that are there with them, they thanked you to keep up the fight. They said they will never plead guilty to a crime they did not commit. One of them actually said, Mr. President, even if you encourage us to commit to plead guilty to a crime we didn't commit, we shall not. And I just saluted them. Stand with them. We stand with them. We continue to demand for their unconditional release because they are innocent. This is the case where the criminals are holding the innocent people in incarceration. Free all the political prisoners and free them now. Basema ne banyabo mu bufunze njagalo bebaza olunaku lwa leero olw'abantu abaliko obulimu oba mu njogera ejeregerera be bagamba bateesobola neffe tulowooza bano abantu beesobola mu ngeri ey'enjawulo. Fenno tubadde nga
eyo ye speech ya president wa kibiina kya NUP omukulu His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Jjukira nti abadde taliiwo, abadde mitala w'amayanja nga yagenda otusakirayo, anti jjukira mission Entebbe mu Ntebe kam 2026 kati nno nnaku luwalero bw'atyo ebintu bingi nnyo ebibaddewo, abasibe okuteebwa n'onnaku oluwalero amawulire agalungi agaliwo nti waliwo abalala nabo abateereddwa bano nno nga babadde bamazeeyo emyaka 2 bweddu. So mu speech ye ndowooza ogiwulidde bulungi, agyogedde mu Luganda, ndowooza buli omu ategedde buli kimu kyayogedde. Nange nga tuvuddeko eyo omwana muwala Hazawe ate azzeemu okubanga ayambalira Eddy Kenzo bubi nnyo era simanyi nakumanya naye nga azzeemu okumwambalira ku nsonga ez'abayimbi. Jjukira Eddy Kenzo ye pulezidenti w'abayimbi wanene mu ggwanga Uganda era nno bamala ne bagattako ekyokumwa ekya senior presidential advisor on creative, naye munnange kuva olwo abaana bakubye Kenzo left right center kakati wuno ebigambo byate Hazawe ng'amwogerako.
Asennaku nti wobagambako bafuna ate muntu bagamba katufuneyo representative gwe gwennyini jangu bobera president waffe jangu, we want you, we want that like personal connection with you. Je tetwagala otusindikire representative, totusindikira abo kubanga ffe tubamanyi sibe basalawo. Fine, yes yakuwa yawadde abayimbi kolabo omuyimbi gwe yawa kolabo oyo aliwa emuyambye eki
big aya ine ekivulu kenzo yamuwa kolabo
ategekedde mu kolabo ekivulu
eyo endowooza eyo etuzza emabega mulimu abasajja wano eno nga they are not artists
Zafarani temukola sente lwaki musumbuwa abakulu
simanyi lwaki abasumbuwa basumbuwa abakulu naye si kirungi balekerawo okusumbuwa abakulu
toli mbasumbuwa obejje mbasumbuwa
sirimu
nze era nsasira nnyo musajja wange Eddie kubanga kyayingira leka takimanyi bulungi abasajja tebasobola muganya teekawo copyright kubanga bakimanyi egenda kuleeta implications nyingi actually si ku just industry yokka na buli muntu yenna alina ekintu ekikwatagana ne content
kandi kugamba nti you are affiliated to Bobi Wine
nze maybe
era byoyogera ebimu yakutuma
bambi nedda musajja watu temumuwayiriza weewaawo otulabika tulina wamu kulina common understanding of things n'ebintu byaffe bye tulaba ne bye tukkirizaamu biyinza okuba biri common but teyantumako.
Ate ye Mama Fina avuddeyo ku nsonga ya Alien Skin agamba nti Alien Skin mulala muko era wanjawulo nnyo nti abatamumanyi be boogera nti be batalaba birungi byakoze nti naye akoze omulimu gw'amaanyi okubanga ajja baana mu ghetto n'abasembeza ewaka we agamba nti ogwo omulimu si gw'amaanyi manya ogwo omulimu nti si mutono era si gwa muntu alina omutima omunafu.
Akwata baana ba ghetto kubeeriraanya yatamanyi Alien Skin kikyaliko atamanyi njagala mbabwire atamanyi mwana wa ghetto kumukwata zinakwatako abaana bangi nakwatako Kirubega nenkwatako mwana bali bamuyita simenyi Firebase simenyi Fayani omwana yali omuyimbi oyo yali alapinga ennyimba z'abayimbi nenkwata abaana bajja ku Market Street nibampita baga abaana abo basobola nti ningati mbasobola ne ku baana bonna be nakuŋŋaanya nasobola ka abaana ndowooza obanga 18 be balirake ne Alien Skin waba yakkiriza najja abaana abo n'abakuŋŋaanya banange ne waba yine bibi yakoze tulina omuwamu ekitiibwa omunako okuŋŋaanya munaku munne kya muwendo bantu bangi nnyo ng'omugagga okuŋŋaanya omunaku kimulema just omugagga alina obusobozi kimulema okuŋŋaanya omwana wa mwannyina yayonooneka ali ku street. What about omunaku ogamba nti wano wetuli we tuba tubeera tulina abaana tulina famire nga ngagga nnyo ng'abantu bagagga naye nga alemerwa okusikayo wadde omwana wa muganda wa katono bwe kati amulinyisa ku kadaala. Tulina abantu balina ssente bali mu famire zaffe naye baagaana okutuyambako wadde akatindi bwe kati. Ne what about omuntu atakuzaala atakumanyi toli mwana wa nnyina nakuŋŋaanya ne bakera ku makya ne bagoya akawunga ne bafumba mukayi ne mulya ne mubeezaawo obulamu. Alien Skin alina abaana ndowooza nga 10 bakuŋŋaanyiza mu ghetto mwali bali awo bali akawunga naye bagenda ku control.
Oyo nno ye Mama Fina era nga tumanyi bulungi nnyo nti be bamu ku bantu abasinga okwagala Alien Skin era nga bw'atyo bamwogeddeko nti ye amulaba ng'omuzira si kyangu omuntu okuŋŋaanya abaana b'oku street tebalina kye bakugattako naye nga obakuŋŋaanyiza ewuwo n'obaleeta ne balya ne banywa kwegamba n'obajja mu bubbi nti kubanga abaana abamu bano babba lwakuba tebalina kyakulya mwana n'asalawo n'agamba nti kaneeyiye nti naye munnange wabawa emmere ate ekintu eky'obubbi kiba tekiriwo. Oli ku NCK TV bambi nkugamba kimu nti subscribing obanga obadde tonaba, ringing that notification bell, sharing, liking ebisigadde nkomawo nabyo tovaawo. Era nno nga tonavaayo era nkuganga tonavaako nkujjukizaamu nti subscribing wamala okusubscribinga ng'onyiga akadde